And we should be live. Okay. Hey again, it's everyone. I know that there are some issues again with the video quality and stuff. I'm going to try and sort all of them out while we're going. Again, it's a new service, so I would ask that everyone just kind of bear with it a little bit, but we're going to get started. Okay, so as Primogen said, this really just came together really out of nowhere. I want to give a big shout out first to the Vimconf.org team, all the guys out of Japan. They're really the inspiration for this. I personally wanted to go to their event, and they canceled this year, obviously because of COVID. So I reached out to them and asked them if they were going to do an online event, and they said no, but they encouraged me to do it. And I said, okay, so I'll take on the challenge. I reached out to Primogen, and then everything blew up from there. But it's really all about the community. You guys have been amazing. I'm blown away every day by the numbers of people that have shown up, the amount of people in the Discord, and how excited everyone is. So we're really doing this event for you. It's really all about the community. So I hope everyone has a great time. And thank you all so much for coming. It's really amazing to see everyone turning out. So I know that you're all super stoked about all the amazing Vim content, and you really want to see all the different speakers. I'm going to be giving the keynote, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go for something a little more philosophical about Vim, about the community, and where we all are. So we're just going to bring it up. So for the keynote speech, I wanted to talk about the concepts of craftsmanship and mastery, and how Vim influences us. And in my opinion, how Vim kind of strengthens these attributes inside of. And I also think that both craftsmanship and mastery should be two things that we should subscribe to, right? That we should try and go for. So what is craftsmanship, right? So the dictionary definition of craftsmanship is the quality that something has when it's beautifully made and has a lot of effort put behind it, right? And a person who's the craftsman is a person that practices this highly skilled craft. They're really an artisan. And there's thought that's got into it, right? Things that are made that are crafts, they're not just mindlessly done. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And a craftsman is a person that acts this way also in their lives. It's really, to me, about living thoughtfully and then aiming for excellence. So when we think about craftsmen, like what comes to mind? Historically, the image of a craftsman is typically a blacksmith, right? Standing at their fire and crafting an item. And what do we always see craftsmen standing with, right? What are they always holding? Tools. These are pictures of hammers, right? A craftsman is always using tools, and tools are the defining image of the craftsman because it's through the use of the tool and the knowledge of the use of the tool and how to use them that great works of art are made, right? Great works can't be done without the tools. It's really the vehicle to get it done. And craftsmen understand this essential need, the essential need of the tools and the mastery of the tools in order to produce the art that they want. So let's think about the raw material, right? If you're, let's say, a blacksmith, your raw material is metal. And through the tools that you have, you turn the metal into beautiful works of art. And for us as developers or just writers or anything that we're using a text editor for, code, source code is the raw material, right? We take the code and we work with it and we craft it into the myriad different programs that can exist in the world. And our main tool, I mean, for software developers, of course, there's endless tools, but basically the main tool is always your editor, right? And here we have our beautiful NeoVim. It's your interface into the world of development. And like the anvil in the kiln that you use to heat and to mold metal and to turn it into beautiful works of art, we use the code editors and we use Vim and NeoVim to transform the raw language into programs that have use and value. But a tool on its own can't do it, right? You know, Vim, NeoVim, they can't produce anything for you. It's about your ability to use it. And the dedication to creating the quality work, it means the dedication to the mastery of this tool. Okay, so what is mastery? This is a little bit of a cliche image, of course. You know, a bodybuilder is mastery over their physical self, but mastery is really outstanding skill. right? Expertise. It's the power of command and control. And for a craftsman, mastery is total command and control of the tools. It's understanding the possibility of your tools and getting them to do what you want, getting your tool to achieve your vision. And mastery is a slow process, right? It's starting with the fundamentals and building on top of it. You can't go from day one to doing a full handstand. You have to start little by little, achieving the next step, learning the lessons of each step at a time, and growing from there overall. You can't start at the end and learn the advanced things, right? You have to start at the beginning. And mastery requires building this knowledge one block at a time until more advanced concepts. So how does that work with, let's say, with editors, right? And what I feel with Vim. This is a screenshot of IntelliJ. It's a fantastic tool. I used it for many years professionally. But this is what a new project looks like when you open up. When you first start out, it basically throws you into the deep end, right? You have all of these different windows, all of these buttons. You don't know what half of them do. You're scared to touch them because it's going to wreck something in your program. And you kind of live in this small area, sort of ignoring a lot of these things. And it's a constant overload of all this unnecessary information. But Vim, it's really the opposite, right? Vim or NeoVim, it opens with the most basic presentation. You just start learning the basics, right? Insert mode, how to exit, of course, the classic dilemma of all developers using Vim. And then bit by bit, once you've mastered that, you're pushed to the next level. And what I feel is the hidden genius in Vim's ethos is that it pushes you to find this next level, right? You always want to do things in less keystrokes. You want to achieve the coding at the speed of thought. And it becomes effective, right? Everyone is trying to find more efficient keystrokes, and then you get better and you want mappings, and then you have macros, and then there's plugins. And Vim really scales with you. You know, one thing that you know from a person who's been using Vim for 20 years is they will always say, wow, I'm still learning new things every day with Vim. And it grows with you. And that's really, I think, the elegance and the beauty of the tool is how it scales with us over time. And it reinforces that behavior, right? The goal and the desire to seek the mastery of the tool and to really come to respect the tool and to understand the craftsmanship, right? And what's one of the most popular things all Vimmers love to do, right? It's show off the Vim RC. And what's amazing is that a true craftsman, they mold the tool to themselves, right? It becomes an extension of them. You know, the blacksmith with the hammer in his hand, it's an extension of his body. But it's been uniquely developed with the craftsman in order to suit their needs. So if I will ask each of you to share your Vim RC, you're going to have something unique. You're going to have different leader keys. You're going to have different mappings. It's going to be a reflection, you can say, of your developer soul, right? How you choose to implement Vim and how you choose to use it. And that's what's amazing, that this specific tool can be so different and so varied by each of our individual journeys to learn the tool, to achieve that mastery. And I think it's the best thing about Vim. And you can take it from this most basic frame, right? Just the intro page, and you can take it all the way to the highest extents, right? This is a screenshot of me building the Vimconf website. You can take it all the way to the level that you want, and it's a really amazing thing about Vim. And when you've achieved that level of mastery and you've given your tools the respect and you start to work with them in a craftsman, it starts to extend into all the work that goes out there. And this is a philosophy I think all of us should think about more. I think we should recognize that each and every one of us are craftsmen using these tools to produce beautiful works of art. And with them, you can go out into the world, and this is just a small sample of a few cool visual things that have been done with code over the years, but you guys all know as well as I do the most amazing things that can be done. So I really am excited that all of you guys are here. All of the speakers are super thrilled, and we have a lot of great content. And I want each of you to think a little bit about what craftsmanship and mastery means for you. And I think you'll realize that a lot of it has been building inside of you. And I hope you guys will keep all going in that direction and keep that spirit of Vim alive and to keep producing beautiful works of art every day. Okay, that's the keynote. Again, I wanted to kick it off on a little bit more of a philosophical perspective to get everyone in the right mindset. So now we're going to hop to the next thing. I'm going to give the Primogen back the stage so that he can do a little bit of of discussion about the upcoming speeches, and we'll go from there. Okay, everyone, enjoy.